Okay. All the ladies cross their little white hands and get their black and tan. All the ladies bow to just know how when you circle forward swing. Happy birthday, 1980. Jack Hodge just sang.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the Human Art Project. My name is Angie, and I'm your very real human artist. The Human Art Project is an anti-AI movement. All of the artistic endeavors on this channel are meant to be fun, inspirational, silly, messy, and enriching, all in the hopes of reigniting the creative spirit. Today I'm taking you to La Belle Province, to a scenic town worthy of being a setting for a Hallmark movie. That's right, folks, I'm home for the holidays to visit family and friends and to work on an awesome project with my dad. I come from a family of very artistic people. My mom can sew, paint, and play guitar, and my dad is what you might call a jack of all trades and a master of, well, quite a few. And today, he's going to teach me how to weld. These are some of his magnificent creations, which he's lovingly dubbed his scrap-yard creatures. Each one is made of a variety of scrap metal, antique tools, and bits and bobs that he's thrifted from garage sales. The odds and ends he has lying about typically dictate what his final masterpiece will look like. Some are inspired by nature, whereas others are truly fantastical in nature. This one looks like a triceratops. And this one looks like a bird creature that would look amazing in someone's garden. And this little guy, well, he kind of looks like a mascot for an insurance company, or Marvin the Martian, perhaps. Each one definitely tells a story. He sells them at local craft shows or donates them to charity auctions. He's happy as long as they go to good homes. But let's face it, the fun is in the process. Is that a pink horse made of horseshoes? That's pretty meta. I'm going to try my best to create something as equally cool as these ones. I don't really have a design in mind, as I'm going to let the materials dictate the design as we go, all the while learning how to weld for the very first time. Regardless, this should be interesting to say the least. Let's go, Pops! And we're off to his workshop, traipsing through the fair amount of snow. It's safe to say we had a white Christmas this year. Listen to that satisfying crunch underfoot. My dad's workshop is a creator's dream. It's got so many cool tools, materials, space, and sunlight. You can make whatever you want to in here. The only limit is your imagination. He even has a wood stove to keep us toasty while we work, and can serve as a pseudo kiln if need be. Here's our workspace and some of the materials he's picked out to make our creature. His idea is for a winged beast with a snapping jaw. Super cool for sure, but I wanted to come up with a design on the fly. Something different from what he's done before. This is a father-daughter collab, and needs to have my unique stamp on it. That's his clamp for removing hot metal from the fire, and is therefore off limits. Why does someone need so many vice grips? Ugh, so much cool stuff to look at. This is one of his many wheelbarrows filled with treasures. I'm excited to look through it. So these are the wicks off of an old wood stove?
That's a wood stove, yeah.
Yeah, wood stove. so you can make kind of a squat creature. His old horseshoes.
Well, that's for playing horseshoe.
Oh, literally for playing horseshoe. Yeah, these are huge. Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be a big horse. That'd be a Clydesdale.
Yeah.
Some of the more interesting items that my dad has are these shoe lasts. They were molds used by shoemakers to build, shape, and repair shoes. They're awesome, but my dad says they're cast metal and therefore hard to weld. Whoops! I'm sure that's fine. It's fine. My favorite piece that I keep coming back to is this pointy dealie with a rotating handle. My dad says it's an old tool for pulling dandelions. To me, it looks like a creature with a beak, or if it's rotated, a grazing animal with long ears. It's taking me a hot minute to figure out the best configuration. I finally decide that I want the handle up, mimicking the creature's ears. And the bolt holding it together will represent its eyes. Yep, that'll work. It's all coming up, Millhouse. Next, I find this interesting Egyptian ankh-shaped piece. Is it an ancient artifact, or was it part of an old harvester/mower? I mean, the latter sounds more likely, but who really knows for sure? I'm starting to channel my days of studying anatomy, and I think this would make an awesome clavicle and sternum. It even has a peg on either side that could replicate shoulder joints. I think we have a winner. It also has a nice flat surface to weld onto. My dad is already thinking about what we can use for a spine. He has a pipe he wants to show me how to cut, and whether we decide to use the piece or not, I'm not going to say no to playing with power tools. Before using it, I ask him where the sparks go, and he assures me the sparks will fly out the back as I cut. Well, that was fun, and I got a new stinging type of facial. My dad asked me to man the Cuddy Sparky machine again, and of course I obliged. This time, however, I made sure to protect the moneymaker. You're just gonna grind it? Yeah, the sharp bits
I don't know if this will work.
Yeah, that's okay. It's cool to show how it's done. Back at our workstation, Pops is showing me how to get the welding rod to spark. Then we go through the process of trying to figure out how to position the two pieces together so we can get an optimal weld. My dad is used to working on his own, so having an extra set of hands isn't something we utilize effectively until later on in the process. These two pieces give us quite a few problems. They're difficult to weld, and the ground clamp isn't able to penetrate the rust on the secondary piece, and therefore is unable to complete the electrical circuit for the arc. Did I mention this is arc welding, and that clamp is a ground clamp? I didn't? Well, that's because I just learned that myself, so back off. To remedy this, he takes it over to his handy grinder and shines it up. This is going to take a few goes, and we fail a few more times just to keep things interesting. That's looking mighty shiny, and I noticed the grinding has revealed a few numbers that were etched into the metal. This time we have a very shiny surface and the weld goes smoothly. There were a few extra times it fell apart that I cut out of the video, but this time we have a full head to neck or neck to sternum, whatever, adhesion. He and I weld it in a few spots to make sure it's really sturdy. Then we move on to try to figure out the legs. I grabbed 2 sets of these shiny silver pieces, which I assume are off of an old bicycle, but my dad seems to think they're actually old bits for a horse, and the holes on either side are where the bridle would loop through. Any equestrians out there, let me know if that's correct. I find a configuration that I like, and away we go once more. This should be considerably easier than the first two pieces we tried to weld, as the bits aren't rusty, but it took us a few tries to get it right. Once the front legs were welded into place, our brains started to spiral out of control as we searched for a viable option for a spine, and we clearly decided not to use the bars we cut.
That's a good idea. It looks like a little tail.
Yeah, it's cute. My dad found a little crowbar which almost fit inside the hole in the neck. All he had to do was cut off the flat pry bar end and grind the diameter a little smaller. We crammed the end into the hole, then positioned the back legs over the bent end of the crowbar, which held it perfectly in place as we welded. We then welded the bar into the neck to fully secure it, and just like that, our creature is taking shape. Next, I'm trying to figure out how to give this little dude some personality. We try a variety of items like old flattened spoons, a diabolical looking spiky thing, an old coal shovel, and a candle sconce. I keep coming back to the candle sconce as it has two loops on the base, which I think would make excellent ribs for our critter. It's hard to decide as there are so many cool pieces of scrap to look through. I also find this decorative swirl, which I think would look really cool on its back, almost like a sail or a tail, or maybe both. Here I am trying to hold the camera and hold this swirly thing at the same time and failing at both. That actually looks pretty sweet though.
Maybe what we do is we cut these off. We have some of these hanging down and put that on top, and then that's pretty much it. It's our creature.
You just want these hanging over?
Yeah, do you think we
Okay.
can cut these off?
No problem.
Yeah. Just don't hurt yourself.
My dad takes the candle holder over to his sparky cutty thing and removes the curvy bits off the base.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
No, don't do that.
I want to use the curves as ribs, and I would like them to be even on each side. I ask my dad if he can even them out, and he says, as he always does, no problem. A little grinding later, and we have perfect little ribs for our creation. The red thing my dad is using is a high-powered magnet. He typically uses it when welding when he needs something to stay in place. It's so strong it could probably suck the iron out of your blood or at least yank out your fillings. I remind him that I can just hold the pieces in place while he welds, so we do that instead. This makes the process much easier, and within minutes, our boy has some ribs. After that, I'm debating the usage of the decorative swirl. I position it and reposition it, but decide it's looking a little too pretty for this menacing beast. I decide instead that it would look more balanced with a gnarly looking tail. I try a few crazy looking items to no avail. And then my dad hands me this. We're not entirely sure what it is, but it's most likely a wrench of some sort. I place it in a few different orientations and then decide it needs to be sticking up to counterbalance the creature's stance. I hold it in place and my dad does the honors. It's thin and I don't quite trust my skills yet. Next, it requires a little buffing to remove any loose or excess weld. This will make it easier to paint later on if I choose to do so, but honestly, I'm loving the raw, unpainted metal. It looks way more badass. That being said, he's done, and I'm loving him. The variety of materials, the movement, the pose, and the anatomy all came together to make a truly unique creature. This was such a fun project to do with my dad, and I got to learn a new skill in the process. Welcome to the world, my little battle beast, Maximus Lockjaw. Thank you so much for sticking around to the end. I hope you enjoyed the process of how to weld a scrap metal creature. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, take care and go make something cool. That's what he looks like in daylight. This guy. Me and my dad made that. Good job.